Good morning to everybody from Italy. I am Cinzia Lagioia, Director of Cultural and Creative Cluster Association, the productive district on cultural and creative industry based in Puglia, a region of south of Italy. First of all, let me thank Paola Corrado and Lizette for the kind invitation and for giving the opportunity to present our organization, our productive district in this very interesting event. But go on. Let's move to the topic of my intervention. I want to give you a presentation of our organization, but give also some insight on Italy, what's happened in Italy. In Italy, there isn't a policy dedicated to the development of cultural and creative district. There are no policy, no measure to support the development of this type of district. So the examples that are in Italy are born as a spontaneous process led by private financial institution, as in Lombardia region in the north of Italy, or as a result of a regulatory process led by regional government. Our case, it is a district, a productive district, recognized by our region, Puglia region, according to a law on productive district. So let me share the screen because I have a presentation. Okay, I think that you see the presentation. Yes. So we are Distretto Produttivo Puglia Creativa, an association. Here we are here in the south of Italy, in the Sea of Adriatic Sea and Ionian Sea, and we are an association recognized in 2012 by our region. According to this region, that is a region on productive district, because the productive district are recognized by our region as productive cluster, part of a framework of regional politics about the support of cultural regional system through growth and consolidation. We represent more than 100 cultural and creative enterprise based in Apulia. Our network is composed of enterprise, but also no-profit organization, universities, public and private institutions, trade association that work in the field of performing arts, so live performance, cultural industry, cultural goods, so cinema, media, audiovisual, gaming, software, publishing, creative industry, creative goods, so design, communication, and architecture, heritage, not only historical heritage, but also visual art, cultural hub, cultural heritage, entertainment places, and also we have a subsector that we have called creative driven, that are services to drive the cultural creative enterprises in the field of innovation, research, training, and so on. This is an overview of our member in terms of natural body, so SMEs, association, foundation, research center, and so on, and about a territorial networks. These are our members. Why Puglia Creativa? Puglia Creativa is born to meet the need of a valid cooperation environment through which local professional and enterprise could achieve growth and development. The cluster gives a unique voice to the variety of Puglia cultural creative industries, which are too fragmented to face the challenge for the future: innovation, internationalization, and professional development. What is our aims? Our strategy aims at pursuing a systematic interaction between policy level and cultural creative industries, and the inclusion of cultural creative industry into relevant national and regional strategies. What are our challenges? Our challenges, first of all, is channeling the positive energy coming from digital, creative, and inclusive community for the strengthening of the cooperation among enterprises, the enhancement and exchange of technology, managerial expertise and strategic input, developing new models of targeted services for cultural creative industries, developing a productive cross-collaboration between the digital, creative and inclusive community and traditional industry to activate mutual innovation processes, supporting startup and linking SMEs with tech parks, for example. This is one of our first of the most important challenge. In order to realize our social purpose, we are engaged in various activities and services. For example, research and analysis for the sector, territorial animation for the involvement of cultural creative enterprises, workshop for training, information, dialogue and interaction with the social partner, trade association and institution for policy definition and joint action, preparation of documents and proposal for the definition of policies, legislation and support tools, and the development plan to create the whole vision. The development plan is our mainly tools that we follow to reach our goals. Every 3 years, Puglia Creativa elaborates the development plan, the policy for the development of cultural and creative industry for the Puglia region, following some steps. First of all, we map and measure the cultural and creative regional economy. Each 2 years, we define the state of art of our economic sector. We collect the needs of cultural and creative operator, involving cultural and creative operator in meeting, in events, territorial event, in which we try to involve more or less 500 operators. We analyze the data of cultural consumption, and this is very crucial, above all in this moment after the pandemic, in which the cultural consumption are fallen, above all for the live event. Draft a coherent set of measures to face the industry development needs, and we do also a coherence check among the measures that we are defined with the appropriate budget line, with the regional operational program and the main national operational program, because we try to ensure that our measures have enough money to be implemented. These are an overview of our cultural creative operators. In this moment, our last development plan approved by our region is that of 12-16-12-19. It proposes 6 actions and 28 projects. The action are the strategic action to define the precondition for the sector, so legislation, and other type of action to define the brand, for example, of Puglia Creativa, to do match and network with the European best cases, excellence, to try to define international market strategy, and so on. And the projects are dedicated to support the private sector in all the phases between the conception of the creative business idea to its realization through an appropriate form of business. It's the diffusion on national, international markets, its interaction with other sectors, cross collaboration, and so on. In this moment, we are working to define the development strategy for 2030. The priority that we are identified are focused on 3 pillars: creation of precondition, competitiveness, and spillover effect. We want to boost, to reinforce 5 indicators of the competitiveness index: market, skills, competencies, innovation, collaboration, organization. We want to make creativity as an essential part of the innovation process, an essential competitiveness factor of our region, through the hybridization of competencies, of skills, and productive processes. We are strongly work to define a measure to support this type of approach, hybridization. We must work together, cultural creative sector and other industrial sector. We must do hybridization of skills, hybridization of know-how, hybridization of processes, because in this way we will surely be more competitive at international level. We are defining priorities and working because we believe that the next generation is crucial. We must ensure creative skills to be recognized as intrinsic to the workforce of the future. We are working to affirm the creativity as a powerful of territorial identity, the power of a territorial identity to realize the creative potential of our community, the creativity as agent for change on innovation, inclusion, and sustainability, the voice and the power of culture as a driver for human, social, and economic development. We have a range of services. It is impossible to present all these services, but I can summarize them, telling you that we offer a number of services for our members, for public institutions, but also for investors. Of course, the approach is always the same. We work for these three crucial objectives, pillar, to create the condition for the development of the sector, to consolidate and promote cultural creative competitiveness, to enhance the intersectorial impact. For example, for the PA, we do always lobby. We try to facilitate consultation and partnership processes. We do our awareness raising campaign for the sector, territorial marketing, and enhancement of cultural creativity of local realities, and of course study, analysis, and research. For cultural creative enterprises, we do lobby, institutional technical table to carry out some specific measures to support the specific needs of cultural creative enterprises. We do networking activity, a lot of workshop, training, and so on. And for investors, we do above all matchmaking events to create a match among enterprises and investors. Some numbers, here you can find some numbers. I want to give you two data above all. Gross domestic product of our region. Cultural and creative productive system is 4.2% of gross domestic product of our region. And we give employment for 4.3% of our region. I think that is a very important result, and that we must continue in this process, in this part. And I think that events such this one are very important to strengthen relationship, to exchange best practice, because from the exchange of practice you have idea and fuel also to go on in this part. Thank you to everybody. Thank you, Paola, Corrado, and Lizette. I would want to be there with you, but I am here in Italy, in Puglia. Goodbye, and I hope that my presentation gives you some insight for your work and for the event. Goodbye.